You ever had one of those moments? You know, that little voice? Maybe. Maybe just a feeling right in your stomach telling you, don't do that thing.
Oh, absolutely. Don't make the investment. Or maybe hire the person who looks wrong on paper.
Yeah. Or just like avoid that street for no reason.
Yeah.
And you ignore it, right?
Always. And then boom, months later, maybe years, it all goes sideways and you think, damn it, my gut knew.
It's that universal regret, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've kind of dismissed it for ages, haven't we? Just luck or coincidence, maybe some, unscientific woo-woo thing.
Exactly. But what if that intuition, that gut feeling, wasn't mystical at all? What if it was like deep wisdom, a real, actual physical signal?
That's precisely what we're digging into today. We want to take this whole trust your gut idea and, ground it in some solid neuroscience.
Yeah, move past the folklore.
Right. The mission here is to show you the proof, basically, that your gut is this incredibly powerful tool you've got, and maybe show you how to actually use this superpower.
And what's so wild is how the science has finally caught up to what people have instinctively known forever. I mean, neurologists, anatomists, they're not hedging anymore. No, they straight up call the gut the second brain. And look, that's not some fluffy metaphor for, like, good digestion.
Okay.
It's actual fact. Science proves the gut talks directly and fast with your main brain. It shapes your intuition, sure, but also your mood, even your memory.
I got to admit, I used to be the biggest skeptic, total numbers guy.
Yeah.
Analytical, data, facts only,
Right. Feelings seem messy.
Exactly. Unreliable, even dangerous, especially in business. But honestly, I ignored that little internal whisper and ran headfirst into disaster enough times.
Well, let's just say I finally got that maybe this unscientific thing wasn't so unscientific after all. Needed to integrate it.
And the research totally backs that up. Okay, so let's unpack the actual anatomy here. When we say second brain, we're talking specifics.
Yeah.
We mean the enteric nervous system, the ENS.
ENS.
Right. So that's the physical thing behind the butterflies you get.
Before a big presentation or something.
That's it. It's not just in your head. It's not psychosomatic. It's this huge literal network. Actual neurons lining the walls of your digestive tract.
Oh, okay.
And the scale, the sheer scale is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Your gut, it has over 500 million neurons.
Get out of here. 500 million.
Yep. That's more neurons than you have in your entire spinal cord. It's this complex, independent comms system. It could theoretically keep operating even if you cut the connection to the main brain, the CNS.
Okay, 500 million that's massive. Well, wait, if it's independent, how do we know those butterflies aren't just, bad pizza or just anxiety? How does it actually influence the rational brain, the one we think is in charge?
Okay, that's the key bit. So there was some groundbreaking work back in '99. Michael Gershon, I think.
Right, I read about that.
Yeah, he basically confirmed the gut functions as this separate nervous system. But crucially, the communication, it's bidirectional. It goes both ways, mostly up the vagus nerve.
Okay. And the key thing here is speed. Your logical brain, your prefrontal cortex, it's kind of slow and deliberate, the ENS. It's incredibly fast.
So it's like a survival thing, a faster processor.
Precisely. Think about it. Your gut is constantly hoovering up just tons of data, internal, external, everything. When milliseconds count, like you're a fighter pilot dodging something, or maybe a surgeon making a split-second call in the OR.
Yeah.
The analytical brain is just too slow. It's still booting up. The ENS, it's already processed the whole environment, the whole data stream, and signaled the right move, often before your conscious mind even knows there is a threat.
Whoa. Okay, so those feelings, stomach tightening when things feel wrong, or that rush of energy when something feels right, that's the gut literally coming online, trying to tell you something.
Exactly. It doesn't use words, right? No bullet points. It just communicates in, feelings, physical sensations.
But that's the challenge, isn't it? Society, our upbringing, we're kind of taught to ignore all that, rely on the intellect, feelings, instincts. They're unreliable emotional noise.
We're basically trained from day one to switch off our fastest warning system. It's kind of nuts when you think about it.
And if you don't listen,
trouble.
There was this phrase in the sources I really liked about telling the signals apart. Your fears will scream at you. Your inspiration will whisper.
Oh, that's fundamental, absolutely fundamental. Think about a big decision, life, business, whatever. The fears and the rational worries, right? Financial risk, what people will think, losing stability, they scream.
Loud, aggressive.
Totally. They can paralyze you because they're plugged right into the amygdala, the fight or flight center going into overdrive.
But the inspiration, that quiet feeling, that, this just feels that deep sense. That's the whisper.
That's the whisper. That's the ENS. That's the part of you that's already done the high-speed processing and knows the way forward, even if the logic isn't clear yet.
I remember reading about this founder back in 2015, decided to go all in on their business, a podcast, just as they bought a house. Huge new mortgage.
Oof. High stakes.
Totally. And the fear. Apparently it was just this physical screaming panic for months. You'll lose the house. This is insane. Go back to the safe job. Just screaming.
Makes sense. The logic was probably terrifying.
Zero logical sense. Tiny audience, no guaranteed income. But the intuition, the whisper, it was apparently this calm, like certain feeling deep in the chest and the gut. Just, this feels expansive. This is right.
The heart knew what the mind couldn't grasp yet.
Exactly. And that feeling, it deserves a seat at the table, right?
Yeah.
Even if you can't immediately articulate why you feel that way. Because, like you said, the gut's wired to the amygdala, the emotion center. So a gut feeling is literally a physical response to something your conscious brain hasn't caught up with.
A physical response to a perceived reality. Spot on.
Okay, so gut feelings warn us about internal threats or guide us towards opportunities. What about assessing people or new partners? The Force has hinted the gut picks up stuff outside our bodies too, things our eyes and ears miss.
Yes. And this is where it gets really fascinating. Moving beyond just internal state, your ENS is an unbelievable information gatherer. So while your logical brain, your prefrontal cortex, is busy listening to the words someone's saying, your gut is processing this massive nonverbal data stream, microexpressions flashing across their face, tiny shifts in body language, the subtle ups and downs in their voice, maybe even pheromones, things you're not consciously aware of.
Wow.
It pulls all those subliminal cues together instantly.
And that creates what? Like a vibe, a resonance or a clash inside you.
Precisely. Let's call it neurological resonance, or maybe interference is a better word. You've got constructive and destructive interference happening.
Okay, break that down. Constructive first, the good one.
Right. Constructive interference, that's when you meet someone and bam, you just click. You think, wow, this person's awesome. Or maybe I feel like I've known them my whole life.
Yeah, happens all the time.
That's constructive interference. Your gut processes their nonverbal signals. Everything aligns perfectly with your internal database, let's say. That alignment literally doubles the positive signal, creates that powerful good feeling you get right away.
Okay, so then, destructive interference. That's got to be when someone looks great, maybe on their resume, or in the meeting they're saying all the perfect things, the spreadsheet numbers look amazing, but something in your gut is just screaming, nope.
That's the clash. Exactly. Your gut is picking up the tiny little inconsistencies that your conscious mind is dismissing because, hey, they're saying all the right things.
Like what, though?
Could be anything subtle. Maybe the eye contact is just a bit off, a slight tension around their shoulders, the tone of voice doesn't quite match the positive words. Your gut registers these clashes, and they effectively cancel out the positive signals your brain is getting. Your body's basically sending up a flare. Warning. Mismatch detected.
So this whole intuition thing, it's not about blindly following a feeling and ignoring the facts. It's more like giving that physical signal, that ENS input, the same weight as the rational stuff.
That's the integration strategy. Exactly. It's not about throwing out logic. It's about putting logic and intuition on the same level, considering both.
Giving them equal votes.
Pretty much. And, you know, studies back this up consistently. People who learn to incorporate their gut instincts, they often make better predictions, more accurate judgments, especially when they don't have all the facts laid out.
Why?
Because their internal data processing is just faster. They're tapping into that high-speed ENS analysis of reality. They're better at predicting the immediate future, basically.
Okay, I'm sold.
Yeah.
But how do we actually train this? How do we get better at hearing it? Because let's be real, we live in that go, 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 productivity, über alles world. Most of us barely slow down enough to hear anything, let alone a whisper, especially when fear's yelling.
You hit the nail on the head. You have to intentionally create space. That's step one. The biggest blocker is actually chronic stress. Stress physically inhibits the vagus nerve communication. It literally dampens the signal between the gut and the brain. So step one is managing stress to even allow the signal through clearly.
Makes sense. Then what?
Then it's about practice.
Yeah.
Dedicating time, honestly, even just 15 minutes a day could make a difference to tune in. Focus purely on your physical state.
Like meditation?
Could be. Or just sitting quietly. Often involves targeted breath work. Slow, deliberate exhales, specifically because that actively stimulates the vagus nerve. You create that quiet space and just ask yourself, literally, How do I feel about this situation, physically, in my body?
And one of the sources suggested making this like a hard rule, right? If an opportunity looks amazing on paper, ticks all logical boxes, but when you check in and the feeling is, yeah, it doesn't feel right, it's an automatic no, full stop.
Absolutely, a non-negotiable. No second guessing, no trying to rationalize the feeling away.
Even if it makes zero logical sense at the time.
Especially if it makes no logical sense at the time. That's the beauty of it. The logic might not be clear now, but trust the feeling. Because eventually, down the road, when the outcome plays out, the logic becomes crystal clear. Suddenly you go, that's what my body was warning me about.
Right. Hindsight makes the gut feeling look like genius.
Every single time.
Okay, so wrapping this up. What does this mean for you listening right now? I think the takeaway is pretty straightforward, isn't it? Stop making it an either-or choice.
Yeah, brain or gut.
Right. Use your brain, the data, the facts, the logic, absolutely. But also use your gut, the feelings, the ENS, the intuition. Use them together.
Yeah.
For big life-changing decisions, yeah, but also for the small everyday stuff.
And maybe a final thought to chew on, consider this. That deeper guidance, call it the universe, God, your higher self, whatever resonates. It communicates your feelings.
Not voices from the clouds.
Not usually, no. But if you consciously, intentionally take time to bring your attention inside your own body, even just for, say, 15, 20 minutes a day, you start to actually capture those signals, those fast, precise, unbiased signals from your gut.
And that regular practice, that's how you learn to merge the logical decision from the brain with that deep, emotional, intuitive truth from the gut. So here's a challenge for you right now. Think back. Can you remember a time you ignored a really clear gut feeling and it just blew up in your face?
We've all got one of those.
And then, flip side, remember a time you listened to that whisper, even when it didn't make sense, and it turned out to be absolutely the right call.
You already have the proof points inside you. The data's there. So next time, maybe give that gut feeling the scientific weight, the biological respect it actually deserves.